This is so like luxurious.
No,
I feel
when I
so.
first saw it, I lost my mind. I was like,
I'm so happy we're gonna have like our interviews in this space. Hi, my name is Gabriella Kimbrough. I use she, her my name is Gabriella Kimbrough. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and my piece is called The Ladies Who Munch.
if someone were to give you $1 million, what play, what would it be about?
Ooh. For $1 million, I feel like it would be about women, it would be about Black women, and it would be about someone that, it would be about me. It would be about someone that's like very similar to me, just because I feel like I didn't have a lot of representation in like what in myself in theater. I didn't see a Black girl who like looked like me, who like moved like me, who like felt like I did. And so yeah, I think I would just go ham and write like an epic about like a girl like me growing up and give someone like me that figure.
What's the worst thing you've ever written?
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna expose myself. Being a child of the 2014 era and, you know, Wattpad and fiction and all of that, I wrote smut. I did it. It's not good. It's very cringy, but it's hilarious. My smut was not that dirty. I wrote it at my Catholic school, so God was watching.
Who's your favorite playwright?
Of the playwrights I know, Peter is my favorite, yes.
Four women sit on a veranda in the backyard of a Beverly Hills villa. Behind them are crystal clean French doors painted pure white with invisible handles. You may be able to see into the living room, which reveals wooden furniture with white cushions, high art accents, and tasteful pops of color in desert tones. Living room is a humble title for a space. Museum or urban home display is more accurate. This aesthetic seamlessly flows out onto the veranda where the four women sit around a marble table held by light wooden legs. Debbie and Sandra sit together on a lush white outdoor couch. Kate sits on the right end of the patio table in an armchair matching the couch. Rebecca stands on the left side of the table in front of an identical armchair. Further to the left, Harper sits on a red clay colored booth. The tableau is framed by white jasmine covered trellises that hold up what would be wooden paneled awning. Behind these trellises is the fourth wall, which hides a fountain, a pool of the length of a football field, boxes of not so drought conscious flowers, and an 18-hole golf course. It is Rebecca's house, and the four women, Rebecca, Debbie, Sandra, and Kate, are celebrating. On the table, there is an opulent tea set with golden tiers of tea sandwiches and pastries, as well as a platter of fruit, a pot of tea, and wine glasses. Harper quietly responds to emails on a tablet, sitting on her poof off to the side. She is not part of the action.
And so, after one of the worst years of my life, I am reminded of how truly blessed I am to know who my truest supporters are. So, champagne for my real friends.
The ladies all raise their glasses and cheer.
Ugh, beautifully put, babe.
Oh, honey, we will always be there for you, no matter what.
We love you, Bax.
Thank you, ladies. That really means a lot.
She pours more champagne.
Harper, bring us another chilled bottle, will you?
Yes, ma'am.
Harper springs to action. Harper takes the empty bottle and goes into the house, sliding open one of the French doors, closing it, then walking off stage.
Who would have ever thought I'd have to throw a party for my release from prison?
Bizarre, truly.
So bizarre.
But hey, I made it out on the other end, stronger than ever, truly. And I couldn't have done it without my ladies. Yuck, enough about me. Catch me up. What have you ladies been up to?
More of the same boring stuff. Nothing you don't know too well already.
Well, we just finished Sophia's process.
Oh, woo!
Congratulations.
Yep, she wanted to stay close to home, so USC. Ugh, feels so good to finally say that.
I remember that moment.
Oh, Rebecca, I'm so sorry. Was that insensitive?
Oh, not at all. I've made my peace with it, as I think we all have.
Thanks. It was a rough road, though. I mean, Dan was the best, so it was scary to do it all without him. Just a whole year of anxiety, you know?
Tell me about it, hun.
I know, it's like the ultimate first world problem.
This whole experience has made me, and I think our whole family, so much more appreciative of how blessed we are.
I feel the same way.
Mm.
Annabelle is fine. At the end of the day, my family is okay. I'm just trying to keep perspective, you know?
Harper re-enters with an open bottle of champagne.
Of course, all life's humps are just lessons.
Harper quietly refills each woman's glass.
Thank you, dear. Where did you go to school?
I went to Stanford.
Oh.
Ooh. All by yourself? What an achievement.
That's where my Jacob is.
God, that must have been a fortune.
Really? That's a top of the menu school, Stanford.
Well, we didn't opt for the whole package.
You didn't?
Well, not really.
You mean Jacob got into Stanford on his own? Impressive.
Yeah, well, we had Dan's help, of course, just not as extreme, Like we just had him tested and, did like Dan's test.
Well, that's what Zach and Amber both did.
Yeah, but we just did the test, which honestly isn't even cheating because he clearly needed it. All he needed was some more time and a little help in the room to watch out for some boneheaded mistakes. A lot of schools are doing test optional now, so standardized tests are less important anyway.
Yeah, it's really just the cherry on top.
And that test is so damn complicated now. You need all the prep and the tutors, and it's still just a total mind fuck. What did you get on your SAT, Harper?
I got a 1500.
Did you study?
I photocopied prep books in the library and would do drills during my breaks at work.
See, Jacob knows his limits, and we all do. We knew that he just wasn't cut out for that kind of pressure, He was so busy with baseball and a social life. Hello, not everyone was built to handle all that. I'll bet you thrive under pressure, Harper.
But you're right. Not everyone does, and it's honestly bizarre that we expect kids to handle that kind of pressure.
I know, they're just kids. Have you seen those videos of kids getting rejected from their dream schools? The way those kids cry, it breaks my heart.
It's awful. They're just crushed by that failure, and I don't want that for my kids. God, having to see your child hurt like that and not be able to do anything. Now, I'm blessed enough that I can do something about it. Why would I not?
That's exactly what I thought. But I've had a chance to do some thinking, and it's made me realize and appreciate what an accomplishment is for students these days.
I am just so inspired by students who get into college against all odds. It couldn't have been easy for you, Harper, to get in all by yourself, no help.
It was a long and difficult process for sure.
You are truly exceptional, dear. More tea, please.
Harper takes the teapot and leaves for the kitchen.
What a lovely girl.
She's incredible. So smart, mature, eloquent.
She carries herself very well, yes.
Quite the young lady.
Where did you find her?
She volunteers with me at the Learning Center in South LA.
South LA? Oh, God.
Yes. It's my community service they assigned me to, a learning center where I'm helping with college prep and life preparedness course for at-risk teens.
Oh.
That's wonderful, Rebecca.
And good to hear. When I heard you got community service, I had this horrible image of you on the side of the road in that horrifying neon vest picking up trash.
Well, they try to have the punishment fit the crime,
Judge just knows that we were just there for our children.
Apparently, you can love your kids too much.
Harper re-enters with a pot of tea. She pours some for all the ladies.
Which is bizarre. I mean, I couldn't believe the hardest conversation I'd have with my child would come out of me just loving the way a mother should,
Annabelle didn't speak to me the entire time I was in prison.
Oh, hun, that's awful.
After all you did for her.
Truly the hardest 14 days of my life.
You think if anything, they'd be appreciative, at least a little. We spent a lot of money and went through hell for them,
I'm so glad Jacob never has to find out.
You're not worried he'll figure it out?
If I thought he could figure it out on his own, there'd be nothing to reveal. Thank you for laughing. Some people hear that and think it makes me sound like a bad mother, but I know my child. He's not the brightest. I know that. Does that mean he doesn't deserve his dreams like any other kid?
Stanford was Jacob's dream.
Well, our dream.
I tried explaining that to Amber, but she was just really hurt. I felt like I was calling her stupid, but I never meant it as a reflection on her.
Same thing with Annabelle. I never wanted her to be one of those kids who stayed up all night doing homework or beating herself up over a bad test grade, because I know what that can do to her value in herself when something comes easy to her peers and not to her. Annabelle can't sit down and study for hours uninterrupted. She's not built like that, and that's okay.
And it's not fair that she's locked out of opportunities for that.
If you ask me, it's these schools that should be on trial for telling our kids they have to be smart and they have to be studious and that school needs to be their whole life to have the best opportunities.
And that's assuming colleges only accept based on smarts. Now there are so many other things: community service, extracurriculars, sports, forget a social life.
Diversity.
Diversity. Economic status. Sometimes being rich and white can be a disadvantage. And I mean, all of her friends were going to go to USC. How was I supposed to tell my daughter, you're not smart enough to go have fun with your friends? You're not good enough? I can't tell her that.
It's too much pressure, and they are expecting just too much. How does anyone manage that?
A timer goes off on Harper's phone.
Is that the cupcakes, Harper?
Yes, ma'am.
Harper stands to leave.
Zach was more forgiving, but he gets it. But Amber, bless her, is just hurt. I think that she's stupid, and I just want her to understand that I love her anyway.
She'll get there one day. Annabelle and I are already mending, understanding each other more. She left school and is focusing on her modeling now.
Good for her. I mean, it's what she always wanted to do, right?
Yeah, and I feel like she has a real future. I told her after a year of grinding on her own, I can get her a movie. Kickstart her career.
Meet her halfway. That's what I'm hoping to do with Amber. Get her some direction, She's in Italy right now to, get some space and heal from the trauma of this whole shitstorm. Then she knows when she's ready, she can start work at the company, intern for a little bit, then work her way up. Teach her a little work ethic.
Absolutely, that will be good for her. And I know that just being at Stanford around people like Harper is going to be a good influence on Jacob.
Oh, absolutely. Same for Sophia.
You ladies are so lucky not to be in our position.
You have no idea.
This year has helped me understand I am so blessed in so many ways. And after seeing what's happened to you both, I'm never taking this for granted again.
Oh, same. We forget how privileged we are and we get sloppy.
Don't want to end up like Lisa.
Oh, God, absolutely not. I mean, can you imagine any of us, in a prison?
Some of us don't have to.
Well, of course, but you were only there for 14 days. 3 months for Lisa.
Nightmare.
So glad we decided to settle instead of going to trial. Ugh.
The court of public opinion is powerful.
Of course, it was silly of Lisa to be so publicly candid.
Exactly. The public doesn't get it. They can't get it. They have no idea what this world is like.
They don't understand that for families like us, college means more than school.
Think she'll come out all orange is the new black? Ugh.
Harper re-enters.
The cupcakes are ready to go for tomorrow, frosted and packed away.
Oh, thank you, dear. She even bakes when I don't want to.
Good help is so hard to find these days.
It really is.
Cupcakes. Did you grow a palate for carbs in prison?
No, I was actually able to stay keto easily. These are for community service tomorrow. We're celebrating some early acceptances.
Oh, that's so inspiring.
It really is. I can't believe how hard some of these kids work. Harder than I think I worked in college.
Czar.
Really? Was it this bad when you applied to college, Harper?
In what way?
Did you have all those crazy extracurriculars and the AP classes and the all-night cram sessions?
Yeah, it was rough. A
Mm.
lot of work for 4 years. Like I said, I had no help, so it was a lot to juggle on my own.
But you didn't have to worry that much, did you?
Yeah, you have no idea what a plus being diverse is sometimes.
Sometimes it really is that extra push.
Still, it is so inspiring to see you rise above like that.
It's really something special, that drive.
It is.
Thank you. I did work really hard.
Like you always do. Speaking of which, I think we're done with this. Would you mind clearing the hors d'oeuvres, hun?
Of course.
Harper retrieves a golden rolling food tray. She loads the hors d'oeuvres on the cart, clearing the table. She exits to the kitchen with the tray.
I like her.
Isn't she amazing?
It's going to be hard to find a girl to replace her.
I know it will be.
She is an excellent girl.
Harper re-enters.
Anything else, Rebecca?
Rebecca takes Harper's hand, kind of seductively.
I think that'll be all, Harper. Ladies,
They all agree. Rebecca tightens her grip on Harper's hand and rips her arm clean off her body. Harper screams in horror and falls to her knees, and blood gushes from her severed arm. Rebecca takes a gnarly bite out of Harper's arm, as the other three ladies scavenge the rest of Harper's body. Perhaps they bite right into her, or they cut a piece off. Someone may be eating her heart, her brain. Either way, it should be bloody and gruesome and inhumane. Once Harper is down and each lady has a piece of her, they hungrily devour what they have of her flesh.
so Debbie, what did you do without Dan?
Oh, I just used Mike. He's got a lot of the same connections as Dan.
Gert, I've heard good things about Mike.
Very cooperative.
End of play.